exclusively breastfeed and at least stop mixed feeding. And you're going to be
Hello,
inspired
Maris. Good
other breastfeeding
afternoon.
journeys of
Kasama ko si
mothers all over
Mami.
the country.
Kumukuha yung RM.
Okay, so let me
Rachel.
start
Si Mami
with
Rachel, nandito kami
first. Can
ngayon
you
sa
raise your hands?
Chimes.
Can you raise your hand
Dito
if
sa
you
Sales, sa Davao
are
City.
breastfeeding
And
for
we are
6
attending the
months?
Mami Mundo.
Okay,
And
very good.
6 months daw.
Good job. Good job. How about
Ah.
1 year old? 1 year.
Ayan, 1
Very
year old.
good.
Almost 2.
How about a toddler? You're still breastfeeding your toddler.
Toddler.
Okay, great job. So yes,
We
breastfeeding
are
is
now
not a choice,
attending
it
yun na
is
nga,
your
yung Mami
responsibility.
Mundo
So
and
since you've reached that
Chimes
stage, you're
event
breastfeeding for
that's
6
going to be
months,
about
a year,
breastfeeding
whatnot,
and
3 years.
Mami Jenny will
It's always your
also
responsibility.
discuss,
So
talk later
you are
about
good job for being responsible
complementary
under
feeding. So
yourself.
sa
Stop
ngayon,
yourselves at the back.
magsasalita and is
Very
si
good.
LactoMom, si
Okay.
Mami Trisha.
So,
So,
as what I
makikita niyo.
mentioned, I'm going to talk to you about 5 pillars of breastfeeding: food and nutrition, health and medicine, economy, ecology, and love. So, I'm going to talk to you about food and nutrition first. I think you've heard of exclusively breastfeeding. Who had heard about that or read about that on Facebook or any forums? Raise your hand. Okay, what does it mean? Can anyone tell me? Exclusively breastfeeding.
Breastfeed lang, wala.
Yes.
Full breastfeed.
Exclusively breastfeeding until 6 months. No water, no vitamins, no solid food, everything, no medicine, juice. Because breastfeeding is enough for the baby.
Wow, what an essay answer. Very good. Okay, because of that, you have a treat from me. Okay. Teacher lang. Because I'm so there are times that you might resort to formula. So I understand that, explain that to you also, and whatever you're going through, no judgments here. But I just want to let you know the risk of formula feeding because we always again have a choice, right? So first, cells has something to do with our hearts and other diseases connecting to the cardiovascular system of our babies. Increased risk of acute respiratory diseases, increased risk of diabetes, increased risk of gastrointestinal infection. So I'd like to tackle more about the gastrointestinal infection. Did you know that when you just exclusively breastfeed your baby, the breast milk will cover your guts and intestine, or excuse me, the baby's guts or intestine. So that's called virginal gut. That's the reason why it's very important you do not feed anything for the first 6 months. So when they say, when your Lola or your auntie will say, no, let the baby take honey. Or what else? What else do they say? Like myths, whatever you heard, like very funny myth. So do not believe because there's scientific explanation that your breast milk is enough to cover that the gut of the baby. It says that 80% it cuts down the SIDS rate. Why? Because you can see your baby, you can feel your baby, and it's so amazing how God connects us with our baby. Even though you're so tired, right? You have not been sleeping. Maybe you're going through postpartum anxiety or depression, but when you feel that the baby is not is choking or is not breathing well, you just wake up suddenly. So I think there's a connection between the breastfeeding and your divine protection with your baby. That's what I think. Okay, so as what I've said earlier, or I've mentioned about the risk, now let's go to the very important part of our budget, our finances. So when you buy formula, by the way, I've made a graph. This is just a very shy amount because you have to admit that 2,520 it won't fit 1 month. So let's say you're going to buy a different brand, the high-end brand may reach 3,000 to 4,000. Is that correct? Right? There's the organic, the lactose intolerant milk or lactose-free milk. So there are a lot of types now of formula milk. So this is just simple milk, just very cheap in the market. So you buy that. Let's say that will reach 1 month, and we have to admit not moms follow the correct dilution or mixing, like one tablespoon to a certain. So some others stretch because they didn't have enough budget. What they do, they budget the milk, and that is very fatal for the baby because it might. And greenhouse gases, GHG, greenhouse gases emissions were tested. And what they've done is, in 2012, a research was done with 6 counties. Sorry, that's typo. That's supposed to be 6 countries, including Philippines. The top 1 countries for those 6 ones is China. So they reached, in total, the people who bought formula milk reached that amount, and the gases reached 2.89 million tons. So imagine that. Breastfeeding is love. First, breast milk is high in fat or fatty acids for brain development. It is tested also that we have AHA, the ones of vitamins for the brain. So I know some of you heard or watch videos or commercials of formula milk, right? It makes them smart, but it won't happen until you feed your baby some breast milk, because that's the only one with fatty acids, natural fatty acids. Okay, so mother's milk contains the fatty acids essential to the development of the baby's nervous system and vision. There was, I think, 2013 research that when they tested the vision of toddlers, like in grade schoolers, their vision is better compared to formula-fed babies. And this one also, some researchers had tested some children who had been breastfeeding or had breastfed before, and they scored higher compared to other formula-fed children. Okay, so we're done with those technicalities or what you call that, very scientific explanation. Now I'm going to tackle these challenges from birth to first year. How do I know these? Because as what Miss Jamie mentioned, I counsel mothers. I visited some at home, at work. Normally, I get 2 to 5 messages for problems in my chat box, so I help them. So these are the usual problems that will hinder moms to continue breastfeeding, or they won't recommend breastfeeding with their friends or families. First problem, my breast milk is not enough. Oh, Asha, why did you mix feed, mom? Because my breast milk is not enough. That's the only reason. Okay, so how do you know, or what are that will trigger mixed feeding, or like the mom will not continue on breastfeeding? So when at the hospital, or let's say the baby is admitted or on the checkup, the baby is not gaining weight. And not all pedia are breastfeeding advocates. So what do? They prescribe weight gainers, they prescribe formula milk. Baby has poor output. Baby is a NICU, so I understand this one. It's so hard also. I think there are moms here. I know a customer here, or a mom here who had her preemie baby, just recently graduated in NICU. So I know it's so hard for her. What she had done, she had to ask breast milk. Rather than resorting to formula milk, she asked for donor's milk. That's better compared to other options. Another reason why the mom ang daming hugasin, labhan. So it's okay, it's not the end of the world. Because that will pass, you'll have a greenhouse again after 2 years. Okay, so that's normal. No unang yakap. Oh, what's unang yakap? the baby is put where? Yeah, skin to skin. So this is already a law. When you have just given birth, the baby should be put here to feel your
May pwede
heartbeat, to
makitapan.
smell your skin, and that will also help you with your breastfeeding. It will spark the hormones and all that. For rooming and implementation. So we have a lot of problems with that last year, I think, especially in Manila. What they don't room in the baby. So that's not allowed by law. You're supposed to tell the doctors and nurses to
nagbaby, sorry.
room in
Sorry.
if the baby doesn't have any issues. Because how can the baby like stimulate your breast if the baby won't be with you, right? No, this is skin to skin, so you really have to request. So, for example, they're not releasing your baby for some reason. The baby's fine, the baby's crying, the baby's feeding. You can either talk to a doctor or a nurse, or you can report to DOH. Okay? Or you can report to different advocates on Facebook also. Another one is no lactation support. So I know when I gave birth to my first child back in 2008, I don't have any lactation support. Like you're just told to buy a can of milk. You see, they're the ones who's telling us, Mom, you buy a can of milk so that we can use it. So, but as of now, it's better. We're here. A lot of groups are here. A lot of mommies, mommy bloggers, and mommy, other mommy influencers that support breastfeeding. And of course, unsupported staff, and that's in the hospital. At home, babies fussy or cry, so that's their only problem. Like, mommy, why did you mix feed? Why didn't you go through? Because when the baby latches on me after that, she'll cry again. It's normal, a baby cries. So you really have to know if the temperature is good, if the baby needs swaddling. So swaddle means to like balot the baby with a swaddle or a blanket. The baby needs that because the baby will feel like, oh, the world is so big, the baby cries. So you have to be sure, you have to check why the baby is crying. It doesn't mean that the baby is hungry and you don't know you overfed your baby. And then that will lead to a scarier issue. At home, another one is family pressure. So naiintindihan natin na hindi lahat ng parents, hindi lahat ng in-laws, especially the older ones, they're not too supportive with that because they're grown up with different ideals and different theories. Last 19 kopong-kopong. So you really cannot blame them. It's culture. So what you do only, you tell them, you educate them, you let them in your preparation so that they know, they feel empowered. Wow, ganyan pala, so I'll help my daughter-in-law like that. Oh, another one. Oh yeah, I'm not breastfeeding because I'm gonna return to work. That's really not an option because I was teaching in Davao Christian for 3 years, including my I got pregnant there. I gave birth, and after a of pumping in the faculty room, in the classroom. So my first grade class, what are you doing now? So I discovered that I'm just pumping milk for my baby. Wow, they feel the power. They're so, oh, don't disturb mom because she's pumping like that. And sanay na ang mga co-teachers ko din yun. If tatago na kami, kanya-kanya na kami tago sa likod or sa room, sa table, and then we just pump, and then that's it. We even ask our clinic to store our milk. So you really need to reach out and you have to tell your employees na you know what you're doing so they can support you. This is the fourth one is connection returning to work. I am going to stop breastfeeding or pumping because I want my baby to get used to a bottle. So that's really not an excuse because babies can cup feed. I'll show you later a video how to cup feed a baby. Okay, this one, they use a breast pump to measure output. This one is for if your pedia tells you to measure and your pedia tells you to record the intake. So there are different issues why they need to do that. And sometimes pumping can really take, it takes effort. Like you really have to wake up early, you have to miss sleep. So I'll tell you more about it and how to have another, to teach you about hand expression later. Okay, this one did not express enough milk. So this is from work, this is in connection earlier. So the theory is that 1 ounce is to 1 hour. That's around when your baby is 3 to 4 or 5 months. So when normally I'm out of the house like 8 to 10 hours the most. So what I do, I make sure I bring 8 to 10 ounces. Sometimes I reach 12. So when I just bring home 8 or 7, I really feel stressed. Like, oh, what will I feed my baby? So that's what you have to do. You just have to keep up and you have to know how long you've been out of the house so that you'll have a budget. Of course, nipples or breast pain. Again, mother wants to rest and parents lack sleep. So if you tell your husband na, oh, your turn now, just feed the baby and daddy, daddies are tired, so they just resort on sleeping also. Okay, so this is the impact of infant formula supplementation. So you just say na, I'll just mix feed once lang, promise once. So what will happen is that you skip one feeding, so your body will be triggered na, you don't need the breast milk, so I won't give you more breast milk. So that's how it works only. The law of demand and supply and demand. So breast milk production is 90% psychological and 10% physical. Okay, who knows one of the hormones in our body that makes more milk? No one knows? Okay. This one is so easy. Just shout out the answer. Oh, letter O for the second one. Love hormone. What? Oxytocin. Yes, that's our most favorite hormone. That's a love hormone, powerful antidepressant. So it says there, when you're breastfeeding or you smell your baby, you can just imagine him, laughing or even crying. Your body releases oxytocin, and that helps the milk MER or the milk ejection reflex. Have you noticed or experienced that when you smell your baby's like milk, the clothes, sometimes you'll have letdowns, it drops milk or your milk will eject. So that happens. Okay, so this is the size of the tummy. Day 1, imagine, it's just the size of a cherry. So this is the usual complaint of mommies who just give birth. They call me, they message me, they want to order some lactation cookies, and then they say na, because mommy, my milk is not dripping and all that. So I always tell them, I even save it in my Facebook Messenger reply na, at first, you have colostrum. Colostrum is a sticky yellow substance, and that's really the baby will be the only one who will get that milk. Why? Because the baby needs it at the same time. The tummy of the baby is this small. So imagine your body will know how much it needs. So how much the baby needs. So it won't like overflow. Our bodies are so amazing. Day 3, it's the size of a walnut, so you only need 22 to 27 ml. Size of an apricot, 1 week. So that's 1.5 to 2 ounces per feeding. And a month is just a size, a large egg. That's 80 to 150 ml or 2.5 to 5 ounces. Second problem, it hurts so much. So when my baby was around 1 month or not yet a month, I always, whenever I breastfeed, my toes will curl and I hate this. It's not supposed to hurt. So, okay. Are you sure. And then I know because she had been pumping for a year and two. So I checked the latch of the baby, of my baby. Here are the 6 rules on how to have a good latch. First is tummy to tummy. So if you notice, tummy to tummy, it should be the same, except the football hold. But for some other positions, it's always tummy to tummy. Okay, so this is what hold is this?
Football.
Football. So we handled massage party sometime 2 months ago, and this is one of our consiglies. I think she doesn't have any problem. She just wants a lactation massage. So we taught her how to do positioning, and that's the football hold. This is best for CS moms, moms with twins, and if you want to not put any pressure on your tummy, you can do that. You're just going to put lots of pillows, and there are things called breastfeeding pillows, already nursing pillows. You can do that. This is a major saver of moms. This is the sideline position. So if you notice, there are a lot. In reality, we don't have a lot of pillows and fishes lying around on the bed. So you've got to do what you got to do. But for this one, you really have to have guidance, because there are horror stories that, other moms, due to exhaustion, some of them slept in the baby. So, you can not just imagine what will happen. So if you notice, there are pillows so that you can relax, because moms tend to be tired easily. There's a pillow at the back of the baby, not the head, so that the baby won't drown. Especially the moms who are, gifted, not the size, gifted with milk, or maybe the size. So you have to let the baby move. The baby can move, because if the baby will choke, or the baby will have, problems, the baby will automatically remove and just breathe on its own. So you really have to check where you put the pillow, the towels, or whatever you do or use for how to hold the baby or position him well. So if you notice, there are different types of hold. This one, you're going to use this, especially if you just have given birth, because not all babies know how to latch. So at first, we're going to help the baby position the mouth to your breast. So what you're going to do, C hold. So how does a C look like that, and then you hold. Because when I visit other moms, what they do, they sometimes do this. I don't know, it's harder, but of course they don't know. That's why we're here to, tell them. So they do this like in scissor or scissors. So what will happen is that if you do that all the time, you have carpal tunnel syndrome. Who had experienced that before? Like it hurts so much here. Yeah. That feeling sucks so much whenever when you use the computer all the time. And then there's a research also that new moms have carpal tunnel syndrome because they don't know how to position themselves, especially with their wrists and their hands. So that's a C hold, and that's the U hold. Second, nose to nipple. What's the first rule? Tummy to tummy. Second, nose to nipple. See, that cute baby. So that should be positioned like that. Third, chin to breast. So earlier, your nipple will be around the nose like that, because I'll explain later what will happen. Third, chin to breast. So the chin of the baby should reach the lower breast position of the mommy. Fourth rule, baby to you, not you to the baby. So if you notice, this is incorrect. Oh, she's so awkward, and she's so the baby will feel. I don't know if you know that all babies can feel how you feel. So if you feel not confident at all, the baby will know, and the baby won't be full after, or the baby will mawala siya ng gana. So what you will do, you control the baby, you make the baby comfortable on your lap, and make sure you always have a pillow at the back so that you can relax. So once you relax, the milk will just flow. Okay? Rule 5, nipples to the roof. Meaning, what's the roof? The roof inside the baby's mouth. It should be deep latch. So, like that. So when you put it inside, that's what I said earlier, the nipple to the nose. So when you put it inside, the suck will be like that. It should be inside. The mouth shouldn't be on the tip only because that will hurt a lot. Okay, so this one, fish lips. So the baby is supposed to have fish lips. So if you notice babies don't do that, or if your baby doesn't do that, what you're going to do, you can position your baby, you can separate the baby's mouth and all that. So you're going to guide your baby. Remember I told you earlier that it hurts when my baby latches on me before. So what happened is that my sister told me, first aid, I put an aloe vera, I put ice, it still hurts. So I think there's an issue. I checked the latches, okay, but then I noticed my baby's upper lip, it doesn't like go up. It's just like hidden. So it's not supposed to be like that because it's supposed to be right? So what I noticed is that my baby had lip tie. Ta-da! So, like that. That's the lip tie. So if you notice, the lip tie, it's connected. There's an extra skin that is... What happened was that I just bought a lanolin cream to have my breast, like first aid. And what I did is I went to the pedia, I checked with the doctor, and she said that she doesn't cut. Right?
Kira ka? Kira? Ano ta?
For the tongue at the bottom part of the mouth. So that's the lip tie and the tongue tie. So not all pediatrics do this because first of all, that's usually the dentist that cut it, or they're not confident for cutting it. So what you need to do, you have to ask your pedia. You ask how severe. So when my baby's name is Hunter. When Hunter was checked, it was found. She found out that it's not too thick, like that. That's not. My baby had just thinner, extra tissue. So she didn't cut it. What I just did is I guide his mouth for 6 months. 6 months. Like I always hold his mouth. My breast to his mouth straight for 6 months. So when I sleep also I do that so that he will just, makasanayan niya ang paglatch. Okay, so I attended Mommy Tere. I don't know if you know Mommy Tere. She's the best. She's the one who gives out the best lactation massage. She does acupuncture. So I'll give you her details later. But yes, she made a seminar. I think that's 3 weeks or a month ago. So she held about ties. She had a resource speaker, Dr. Dizon. He's an oral and he's a surgeon actually, and that's his wife, Christine Dizon. He's the one. They're the ones who cut lip tie and tongue tie. So if you want to take a picture and if you have any issues, you can approach them. Of course, they have a fee for that, but yes, they're very very experienced with this type of tongue ties and lip ties. Okay, so as what I told earlier, it was really painful. So what I've done is that I put my breast milk on the affected nipple before breastfeeding, and before breastfeeding, and then I just, hang out dry. So you do that in the bedroom also, of course, in the bedroom so that, you won't be just walking around without any top. Before and after, allow it to dry so that the breast milk will heal itself, heal the breast, and follow this until the soreness subsides. Another one is warm compress. Dip a washcloth in warm water, wring it out, and then place it in your breast for a couple of minutes. Do this every 10 minutes before, and then if the soreness won't be gone, then you can get it checked. Another one, by the way, 6 months below, I know not everyone does this, but a certain doctor in Manila, he lets malnourished babies take coconut oil. But I know we don't do that, but yes, that's the natural, coconut. So the best for me, if you're going to massage, if you think an oil will help, you can use a virgin coconut oil. Alright. Another one, this one helped me because I don't have coconut oil on hand and lanolin cream. I got a fresh aloe vera. I cut it open, put the gel, and then I let it dry. And then before feeding, I removed it because it's not safe for babies. This one also, you can put ice so that it will numb the pain. So at least you can go through another session with the pain. So third problem, I am going back to work, I said earlier. So what